Archival records reveal a striking truth. A mere handful of powerful dynasties quietly control nearly half of Jamaica's wealth. Today, we document how their massive power shapes the island's economy and political sphere. Their reach is staggering. The elite families pulling the strings behind the scenes. Our chronicle begins with the Lee Chin family, where Michael Lee Chin emerged as a commercial powerhouse. He aggressively steered his family's financial ventures to unprecedented heights. His definitive breakthrough came from strategic acquisitions in the National Commercial Bank, NCB. Combined with AIC Limited, this laid the bedrock of his financial empire. Serving as president and chairman of the private investment firm Portland Holdings, Lee Chin constantly proved his legendary eye for highly lucrative acquisitions. Meanwhile, his younger brother Wayne Chen took command at Superplus food stores, proving their vast commercial reach. Michael Lee Chin's aggressive investments eventually earned him an official spot on the prestigious Forbes Billionaires list, boasting a massive net worth of $1.5 billion. The brothers' massive corporate moves highlight their immense impact on critical economic sectors, forever cementing their legacy in global commerce. But the story gets even more fascinating when we look at the Stuarts standing as one of Jamaica's most formidable dynasties, leaving a deep historical mark on both tourism and transport. The late Gordon Butch Stewart, a brilliant builder, founded Sandals Resorts International, the world-famous luxury vacation empire, alongside the ATL Group, encompassing Appliance Traders Limited and a booming automotive arm. His brother Richard Stewart established the foundation for Stewart's Automotive Group, the premier car dealership across Jamaica, dealing in high-end brands like BMW, Mitsubishi, and Jaguar. Today, this powerful heritage continues under the sharp leadership of Jacqueline Stewart, director of the Automotive Group. With their collective net worth estimated at $1 billion, the family's assets form the backbone of Jamaica's economy. Major leaders include Adam Stewart, directing Sandals Resorts as the executive chairman, and Jacqueline Stewart commanding the massive Automotive Group, securing their multi-generational dominance in Jamaica's corporate arena. Now watch this next dynasty, the Deneau family. This lineage has played a historic role in defining Jamaica's economy and culture. The founders of Deneau and Geddes introduced the legendary Red Stripe beer, transforming it into a global symbol of Jamaican identity, co-founded by Paul Deneau. Moving past brewing, they aggressively entered beverages and hospitality, amassing a massive fortune of roughly $600 million. Their corporate moves have had an incredible impact on Jamaica, driving economic growth while actively elevating the country's international prestige. Red Stripe's global triumph directly boosted local tourism and fueled employment, while their strategic hospitality investments solidified Jamaica's reputation as a world-class travel destination. Yet their legacy stretches far past industry, as they are widely recognized for their quiet philanthropy, funding vital community programs and social initiatives. They represent an extraordinary era of industrial success, deep cultural integration, and civic duty, marking them as key figures in Jamaican history. Directly alongside the Deneau legacy stands the Geddes family. Their historical footprint is forever woven into the very fabric of Jamaica's brewing and beverage industry. The man who stood at the absolute center of this mighty legacy was Eugene Peter Deneau, co-founding the legendary Deneau and Geddes alongside Thomas Geddes back in 1918, building an enterprise that would eventually produce the legendary Red Stripe, a brew that became a global icon of Jamaican culture. Eugene Deneau personally forged their reputation for quality. Under his sharp guidance, Deneau and Geddes aggressively expanded their distribution, completely transforming the island's commercial beverage market. The explosion of Red Stripe rocketed the family business to unimaginable new heights, securing them global recognition. From this triumph, the Geddes family fortune grew. This empire laid the solid foundation for their immense wealth, and as the brand expanded, so did their massive economic influence. Their current estimated total net worth stands at $600 million, solid proof of their enduring success in business. But their reach goes far beyond brewing, stretching into key commercial sectors and major charitable foundations across the island, permanently etching the Geddes name into the country's history. Now look at the Orain family, directing the massive global powerhouse Grace Kennedy. Their operations span over 60 countries, a testament to the family's strategic dominance, making massive moves in high finance and food. Today's CEO Don Webby masterfully steers this sprawling corporate giant forward. His bold leadership has allowed them to thrive. They diversify their assets heavily, reinforcing the family's massive global influence. With a staggering net worth currently surpassing $500 million, their vast, unmatched impact is clear, reflecting decades of supreme financial dominance across critical economic sectors. Let us shift focus to the legendary Matalon clan. Carrying their proud Syrian Jewish heritage, this family forged an incredible dynasty. In the mid-20th century, Moses Matalon laid the groundwork. He founded the IC Group, pioneering massive urban development projects across the Caribbean. Their crowning achievement remains the historic Greater Portmore Housing Project. It remains the absolute largest project ever undertaken in the region. Today, Joseph Matalon commands this vast empire, ensuring its continued expansion. Their holdings now dominate real estate and heavy construction. His brilliant stewardship guarantees massive annual revenues generation. With a combined net worth currently estimated at $350 million to shape the region, leaving an incredible blueprint of sheer business acumen. Next, we must chronicle the dynastic rulers of Jamaica's food sector, the highly influential Mahfoud family. Originating from Lebanon, they arrived in the 1960s, completely transforming the island's commercial market. By founding the incredibly powerful Wasinko Group, a massive powerhouse that controls household staples like Wata and Biga, becoming giants in the beverage world. Today, William Mahfoud commands, the ship steering their massive company to breathtaking heights. Wasinko's revenues now exceed a jaw-dropping $40 billion, showcasing their absolute grip on the market. With an estimated net worth of $300 million, their highly successful family empire remains a truly dominant force. Finally, let us examine the monarchs of Jamaican tourism, the legendary Issa family, whose dynasty began with Abraham Elias. History remembers Issa as the true pioneer of Jamaican tourism, the man who laid the very foundation for the island's massive travel boom in the late 1950s. Serving as the very first president of the tourist board, his vision was absolutely critical in guiding this rapid growth. Yet his ambitions reached far beyond sandy beaches. He forever reshaped the island's commerce by opening Jamaica's very first modern department store, Issa's of King Street, while pioneering landmark retail hubs like Tropical and Liguania plazas. The empire even introduced the island's first supermarket, High Low, and drove the development of Caymanas Park, a premier modern horse racing arena. His endless ambition then targeted hospitality, where he built the famous Tower Isle Hotel, the first year-round resort on the island, which later transformed into Couples Hotel, an all-inclusive escape that paved the way for the massive superclubs chain. Today, this extraordinary legacy is carried forward by his sons, Lee and Paul Issa, who successfully guide the family's resort empire. Then there is Joseph John Issa, known simply as Joe Issa, the mastermind who launched the Cool Oasis petrol station. This single station quickly evolved into a massive empire, spanning over 50 companies across different sectors, ranging from mobile calling cards to automotive and household goods. With this, Joe Issa dramatically multiplied his family's economic reach. Current records show the family wealth stands at roughly $300 million, a testament to their deep and lasting influence in the nation's financial history. Our archives turn next to the Ashenheims, a family of proud Jewish heritage, who established themselves as absolute titans in the Jamaican business arena. They dominated by securing controlling interests in the country's most vital and largest enterprises. The portfolio featured massive stakes in industrial giants like Caribbean Cement and Carreras Jamaica, They also held major power in the Sales de Mercado, the conglomerate behind legendary brands like Ray and Nephew Overproof Rum. Their bold investments in key sectors allowed the Ashenheims to amass an unbelievable fortune, estimated at well over $300 million. These massive gains and calculated corporate maneuvers cement their central position in Jamaica's rich financial history. We next examine the Hendricksons, a dynasty with deep Chinese-Jamaican roots who built a formidable presence across the entire Caribbean commercial landscape. In the 1950s, they launched the National Baking Company, which expanded into the region's largest bakery. Yet their ambitions did not stop there. They acquired the famous Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, with patriarch Carl Hendrickson leading. This massive family empire combined their incredibly diverse business interests. Smart investments have yielded a net worth of roughly $200 million. Next, let us focus on a dynasty written into the very soil of Jamaica, the legendary Kerr Jarrett family. For generations, this powerful clan has played a truly transformative role in redefining Montego Bay through their grand property developments under Barnett Limited. Their deep local influence spans more than a century of careful stewardship, where they transformed the historic Barnett estate into a crucial pillar for the city's modern expansion. Their crowning achievement, however, was developing 355,000 square feet of prime commercial process outsourcing space, solidifying their standing as the premier business outsourcing developer in Western Jamaica. This massive project forever secured Montego. History shows Montego Bay rising as an economic magnet for global trade, sparking a massive job boom. Under the steady watch of Mark Kerr Jarrett, his dynasty kept pushing the envelope of modern real estate expansion, completely reshaping the city's skyline and local fortunes. Yet they did not stop at business process outsourcing offices. Their hands reached deep into commercial plazas and high-end residential estates alike, boasting a staggering fortune valued at over $200 million. This family's sheer financial muscle remains absolutely undeniable. Every new development in Montego Bay stands as a physical testament to their quest of building Jamaica's future. This heavy legacy secures their place among the most dominant forces in the country. Next stands the elite Chin family behind the giant Lasco Group, a true titan in local commerce that commands a massive empire of daily essentials, medicine, and critical financial operations. Their brand became a trusted staple inside almost every single Jamaican home, beloved for cheap, reliable goods. But tragedy struck when patriarch Lascelles Chin passed away in 2023, leaving a massive empire to his descendants. His heirs stepped up to defend the throne, steering the company's massive trade operations. Their influence reaches deep into multiple sectors, proving they are essential to the nation's survival. Their estimated worth sits at a colossal $200 million, a direct reflection of their heavy economic power. Their grip on these critical sectors continues to shape the daily lives of citizens nationwide. Now let us turn the pages to the highly secretive Panjam Group and the formidable Facey family. They reign as absolute royalty in Jamaica's financial circles, holding total control over Panjam. Guided by the strategic mind of Stephen Facey, this investment vehicle has conquered both the property markets and the banking worlds. Their chess moves have quietly rebuilt the entire island's economic foundation, establishing them as undisputed kings. With absolute control over local finance and real estate, the Facey lineage has secured an incredibly dominant position in the market. Their immense reach is written clear across their massive portfolio, proving their unmatched power to sway both money and land at will. With a fortune calculated at a staggering $200 million, critical role in the country's rise is forever cemented. Every calculated deal they secure only adds to their heavy influence over the island's richest sectors. But then we find the elite Hart family, who have steered Jamaica's luxury travel and property markets for generations. Their historic dynasty stretches all the way back to the 1800s, meaning they practically built Montego Bay from the ground up. Patriarch Samuel Hart was a monumental figure who controlled everything from retail shops to deep-water ports and massive territories. Fast forward to the modern era, and his heir, Mark Hart, takes the reins to command their highly profitable contemporary business empire. In 1994, he co-founded the giant Caribbean producers, Jamaica, which grew into the island's premier food supplier. This titan is now an absolute powerhouse, locking down the distribution rights for the world's most elite beverage brands, meat production securing a massive presence in regional tourism, and the Hart dynasty holds unmatched power in these archives there, their massive $200 million empire proving absolute dominance over the island's financial stage, marking them as true masters of the nation's rise. All records now turn to the Levy family, who command the colossal Jamaica Broilers Group, an agribusiness giant dominating the regional markets. Directed by the visionary Robert Levy, leads as chairman, they forged this business into a dominant force across the Caribbean. Their agricultural mastery did not just build a corporate empire, it forever reshaped the nation's financial destiny. With a fortune estimated at $150 million, this bloodline continues to pioneer massive breakthroughs in local farming and regional market expansion. Now look at this even older legacy. The Clarks began their Worthy Park journey back in 1918, acquiring the land and establishing a legendary dynasty. Tucked away deep in the green hills of St. Catherine, this historic estate grew into a titan of the sugar and rum trades. Annually, these fields produce a staggering 30,000 tons of sugar, alongside a celebrated selection of premium rums like the Rum Bar line. Today, this historic empire is led by Gordon Clark, serving as the managing director and chief executive of Worthy Park Estate. Under his command, the family has guarded their historic supremacy, holding an estimated family fortune of nearly $150 million. This historic record shows their relentless pursuit of perfection and their massive, undeniable grip on the nation's agricultural history. Next, we document the Bicknell family, the bedrock of local development and construction, reigning over the giant Tank Weld Group. Directed by the capable Chris Bicknell, this massive company became the primary provider of critical building supplies and heavy transport solutions. Their work is not merely about steel, it is about forging the skeleton of a modern nation. Their endless push to build giant public works has permanently accelerated national progress, their heavy industrial footprint, reaching into almost every local market. The Bicknells hold power that is exceptionally deep, possessing a colossal net worth of $150 million, securing their spot as master builders of the island. But get this, another dynasty holds a completely different kind of power. The Christians dominate the critical medical and consumer retail markets through CariMed and Kirk Distributors. Today, Glenn Christian sits at the head of these giants, managing the flow of life-saving medicine and daily necessities to every parish. These massive operations do not just sell, they serve as the ultimate lifeline, guaranteeing access to critical healthcare and essential consumer goods. Their incredible influence over both medical distribution and retail is unmatched, proving their irreplaceable role on this financial map. Backed by a net worth of $120 million, their massive wealth mirrors their deep impact on these industries. Major industries. The legendary Seaga dynasty built massive wealth in Jamaica through a fierce mix of politics, business, and raw culture. Edward Seaga, the island's former prime minister, ruled as a dominant figure in the nation's political arena. He forever changed Jamaican music by founding West Indies Records Limited, which soon transformed into Dynamic, sound cementing his name in cultural history. After Edward Sagaga's political and business triumphs, the family's power expanded into new territories. Metri Siaga, a formidable leader in his own right now, commands Jamaica fiberglass products, a powerhouse in the industrial sector. His diverse business moves prove that this prominent family still shapes the nation's entire financial future. Boasting a fortune of $100 million, the Siaga family's massive reach is undeniable. They hold deep stakes in Jamaica's cultural and corporate arenas, proving their power outlasts any shift in political tides of direct political rule. Enter the Azan family, whose mighty wealth and national influence stem directly from their colossal role in the retail market through their legendary store, Bashco Trading. Bashco is a retail titan across the island, famous for offering a vast selection of affordable goods. This incredible presence throughout Jamaica not only proves their business brilliance, but deeply shapes the daily lives of ordinary citizens. Guided by Ghassan Azan, the family built Bashco into an island-wide giant, proving their unmatched retail dominance. Their focus on budget-friendly products made them an essential titan, the local market serving millions of citizens and building an unshakable legacy. Controlling an estimated $100 million, the Azan family's financial triumph is absolute. Their retail empire acts as a pillar to the national economy, proving their massive strength. Yet their power extends far beyond commerce, supplying the basic goods that sustain families, which directly touches almost every single home on the island. Next, the proud McConnell family of Scottish-Jamaican heritage commands a dominant place in the island's farming and beverage sectors through trade. Wins Citrus. This massive venture creator of the legendary True Juice remains a heavy hitter in regional agriculture and manufacturing. Now Peter McConnell, leading Trade Wins Citrus, proudly carries this dynastic legacy of bold innovation. Under his watch, the family enterprise has stood firm as the island's premier citrus producer, deeply shaping national agriculture and the economy. Holding an estimated fortune of roughly $50 million, the McConnell family's deep authority is undeniable. Their bold investments do not just rule the beverage market, but actively drive Jamaica's wider economic growth. Their impact stretches far past farming, steering regional trade and logistics too. Such massive financial and logistical reach proves their sheer importance in both local and national spheres, cementing them as icons of the elite business world. Behind closed doors, these elite dynasties actively guide Jamaica's national economic policies, funding political campaigns and building deep, lasting alliances. They work tirelessly to lock down trade advantages and tax breaks, shaping market regulations to serve their interests. They operate quietly, yet their influence reaches far beyond the boardroom. Many silently fund crucial educational and community initiatives, revitalizing healthcare to leave a lasting mark on Jamaican society. Their quiet yet formidable footprint dictates national economic policy, while simultaneously bolstering crucial social welfare programs. Today, these 21 families represent both Jamaica's past and its future, wielding a silent authority that shapes the island's everyday life. If this historical investigation opened your eyes, show your support and hit that like button.